Hello, everyone. This is Brian Burrows with Equity Real Estate. This week we are talking about financing. Last time we talked about lease with purchase option as a fantastic solution for a lot of people. But this today we're just going to talk a little bit about reverse mortgages and what a reverse mortgage for purchase is. The reverse mortgage for purchase is one thing that a lot of people don't push and they don't show how they work. And so a lot of people would actually like them. They just miss out because they just don't know. So I do want to get over a few things for you. It is definitely not the ideal loan for everyone. There are some requirements with the loan that not everyone has or they would qualify for. So just we'll cover those. If you are watching this, and you're under 62, it's fine to watch. Just realize that reverse mortgages are for those who are 62 and older. However, if you're 62 and you have a spouse that is close, depends on the mortgage officer, depends on how things are planned. But if your spouse is under 62, sometimes they will make an exception. You just have to pay a little bit more up front, and and you're still good to go. But how they work, it's just depending on your age, you pay 50% or less of the home's value, and the bank buys back your 50%. Or, let's say you put 20%, they'll buy back your 20% with monthly payments on a schedule. They kind of estimate how long your life expectancy is from the time you start. And so they want to make sure that you're paid all the way through the end of life, but sometimes that doesn't happen. We'll talk a little bit about how to get around that in a little bit as well. Okay, so just for an example, let's say a home is valued at 400,000. You put $200,000 down, or let's say you own your house and it's valued at 400,000. You have no payments. The bank actually gives you 200,000 and then also gives you about 930 per month. This is based on current rates. This is based on a specific situation, may be different in your situation, but just as an example. So, who couldn't live with another 930 per month, right? So you just want to realize that, some of these things happen. The bank takes the risk if the market drops. Let's say the market drops and we have another 2008. Not terribly likely with the way things are going. Don't want to scare anyone. Well, let's say in the event that it does down the road, something else happens and just causes the market to drop and your home's not worth as much anymore. The bank cannot change the terms. They will just have to kind of take that loss. But if, let's say, you gain in equity over time, this last year we gained about 27%, but not really likely that it's going to continue at 27%. The average is about 3.5% per year if you take the highs and the lows. So, but let's just say you had to gain in equity over that time. Let's say you were there for 20 years, gained 3.5%. You would actually keep that gain in equity. So if you decided to sell, whatever point you were down, and it'll whittle down that 200,000 in this case. Let's say the bank still has you, or that you still have $100,000 that you would receive. You would also gain any of that equity. So when you sold the home, you'd only have to satisfy the loan. You're not splitting the equity with the bank. And this is also a good thing because let's say you survived that expectancy. Let's say they said, well, you're probably going to live for 20 years, but 20 years down the road, you're still alive. Now what are you going to do? Do you get kicked out of your house? How does this work? A lot of times what they'll do is they'll just say, well, we can do another reverse mortgage with the equity from your home. So if you have equity at that point, you just do another reverse mortgage. It's a very small amount, closer and closer you get to the end of life. And so that is helpful for a lot of people. The big difference, though, I know a lot of people know what a reverse mortgage is. A lot of people don't want to have anything to do with a reverse mortgage, but for those that can benefit or just want extra money, maybe you have your kids, you have your survivors, maybe they don't absolutely need that money, but you could use it, and you like traveling or whatever the case may be. And so a lot of that money could go towards that, depending whatever you use it for, that's up to you. But the reverse mortgages have been around since the 1930s. And what they do is they pay you to stay in your existing home. So you might take out that $400,000 that you have there, take out the 200,000, fix up your house, stay in your home, and everything's fine. But what happens if, let's say, the neighborhood is just not what it used to be? You've got that one neighbor that drives you nuts, and you just would love to get away, don't know what to do. You're looking at them, and they're noisy all the time, or whatever the case may be. You just want to, get into a little bit better house, or maybe the house you're in no longer suits you. That's another big reason that people do the reverse mortgage for purchase. What that does is allows you to buy a new home with a reverse mortgage. So you can actually get into the home with a reverse mortgage off the bat, put down your 50%, and the bank just automatically starts paying you from day one. So that is a very good option for a lot of people. It originally was kind of set up for people that want to downsize, but not a necessary thing. A lot of people do choose that option. If you went from 6 kids to none, you normally wouldn't want to have a 8-bedroom house. Have it empty unless you have a lot of family over all the time. So, depending on what your needs are, I would love to talk to you and get you set up. I do have lenders that I would absolutely recommend for either one of these options. If you're looking to purchase a home using this option, I would love to talk to you. Again, I am Brian Burrows with Equity Real Estate. The number is 801-920-9343. And you can come and find out more information, search for homes that are available at buyandsellinutah.com. That is my own personal website. I do not share information with anybody else. And just for registering, I am holding a drawing for Kindle Fire 7. So if you want a free chance for a Kindle Fire 7, go ahead and just register on my site. All you have to do is look at homes. After about 6 or 7 homes, it'll ask you to go ahead and register, put in your name, email, and phone number, and you'll be automatically registered. Then you can receive automatic updates as they become available as well. Again, Brian Burrows, I'd love to hear from you. Thank you for watching.